Hey folks, this is Ben Yessel. How's it going? Um, quick video here. Um, so there are quite a few folks, probably I would dare say probably the majority of Americans who eat more fast food than I do. But I've had fast food in the past, um, albeit not very much of it comparatively. But it's just I couldn't help but notice prices of things whenever I've gone to fast food places in the recent past. That's that white to green color again. Um, they really stink. So I I don't know how can I put this. Some places haven't really changed a whole lot. Uh, so it just the level of customer service may be a bit worse in a lot of places. Like Jack in the Box. Um, McDonald's is pretty consistent, but they're consistently really unhealthy. So that too. um, so there's this chicken place I tried recently, which wasn't bad. I mean, it was good chicken, but the question was it worth the price? It's just this chicken for crying out loud. It wasn't even organic, and I think I paid 17 something bucks for two um, two thighs and a drumstick or something like that. A lot of breading, and plus a roll, some beans, a cup, and seasoned with like molasses and stuff. It was a little bit on the sweet side for beans, and coleslaw, I think, and a water. It all came to 17 bucks. If you ask me, all that food should cost tops like 12 bucks. Yeah. I mean, all the stuff that wasn't chicken should have been should have been like 3 or 4 bucks. Yeah, and the chicken, it was chicken. So chicken, holy cow! I mean, like you could charge me 8 bucks for that. No, actually, you know what? The chicken should have been more like 6 bucks, 6 or 7. So then everything it should have come to 10 bucks, and the tax 12 bucks, whatever. So something in that ballpark. But $17? No freaking way. This place was it was, oh, this is weird. It's called Heaven Sent Chicken. Again, they have good chicken. I'm not trying to beg on their chicken. Their chicken is actually really good. But was it worth the price? No. For 17 bucks, you could get like I don't know, go to Outback Steakhouse, man. Get a steak and some um, onion thing. Or well, you can at least get a steak and a salad and like some sides for that amount. Why not just get the steak? And it would be better tasting. Well, it would be steak. I mean, steak is more expensive, but that amount of money can at least get a decent steak. Or maybe pushing into 20 range. I don't know, but that's still only $50 more for a steak. So, but that's just one little thing. I can't help but notice that um, there are a lot of really poor. Um, the level of customer service in fast food places has really plummeted overall, I think. And it has something to do with, I think it has something to do with the fact that all these places are so desperate for workers because there are a lot of people that aren't having 9 to 5 jobs anymore. like these kinds of places, fast food places. Yeah, I mean, you guys could maybe fill me in on this a bit more, but I think it's something kind of along the lines of um, everybody, including people that are still teenagers that could work. Everybody wants to be a YouTuber, make money, or everybody wants to just have their own business, or everybody wants to just you know deliver food in their car. Or nobody wants to do anything remotely unpleasant, that kind of thing. And then you're seeing that over and over again. When I was younger, I had quite a few less pleasant jobs. But nobody wants to do these unpleasant jobs anymore. Or, if they do, it's chances are they're probably, well, it's going to sound right again. And Mexican. Or, not always, but it's like, yeah, I mean, like, chances are if you go to a fast food restaurant, there's a really good chance that, you be Mexican, because they're willing to work at whatever job they can find, they don't. Anyway, so it's like, um, so, you have people at these jobs. Well, the hiring managers for all these places, all less pleasant, less enjoyable jobs, the hiring managers are getting literally whoever they can find, whoever can pass a drug test or whatever. And you're getting some real idiots in there. And so, what's going to happen when you get the real idiots doing your order? Well, they're going to mess everything up. And then they're going to, like, they just don't give a crud. It's like, so I just, along with everything else that's going on, I'm just like, no, there's no more need for, I mean, if ever was a need, like, oh, gotta get food really quick, hungry. Well, no, not really. There's no more need for it. I can usually bring. I think I've gotten to the point where I just don't need animal protein on the road when I'm driving in between students' homes to teach lessons. I don't. It's just if I eat enough before leaving, and I can eat when I get home, I don't need it. So I'm wondering how much this is going to apply to everybody else. I'm wondering if fast food places are going to start closing more locations. I kind of doubt it, but if the United States gets healthier, so a few things could happen. All at once, the level of customer service goes down for a lot of places. That might happen. Good chance that'll be happening at certain places in particular. Two, and I also, as you mentioned, food has been quite expensive. If you go, I went to Taco Time. It's ridiculous, man. Just ridiculous, the prices. They've been going up. And Taco Time is not the bottom of the rung. I should have been Taco Bell. Taco Bell is a lot cheaper, but yet, a lot of times, Taco Bell's getting ground Taco Time in terms of customer service and tastiness of the food. I mean, Taco Bell, I don't know. Maybe it's just a question of, I don't know. So yeah, it's the price of the food, the level of customer service, the tastiness of the food, and of course, as always, the healthiness of the food, the convenience of the food. If they have poor customer service, and you're going to be in a drive-through for who knows how long, just by all means, just go to a decent restaurant, get some food, and like a diner, and just call it good. Chances are you might get faster customer service, and the food will be cheaper, and it'll be better tasting and healthier. Just go and dine. I was like, I don't know. So, like, but yeah, I mean, like, I think we've seen Now McDonald's is admittedly a bit different. McDonald's and maybe KFC kind of. Now KFC is different, but McDonald's has some real strong points. Those guys are that running the show, that company. They know what they're doing. Can't say I'm always for it, but they're still going to be pretty strong. The other guys, not so strong. They're all going to lose ground. Um, Now, personally, there's a lot of places that are fast food places I have not been to for a long time. Arby's might still hang in there. I think they will. Um, Wendy's is going to do okay, I think. Um, Dairy Queen, probably the Blizzard would save them. I don't know. Yeah. But Burger King stands a good chance of gaining some ground. And this is why, if I was Burger King, CEO, take advantage of what these other fast food places are losing ground on, and make up for that. Your whole idea originally was to make the best burgers around. So Wendy's should be more. Wendy's and Five Guys, and Sonic, and so look at your burger and make that burger as tasty, as filling. Merch, right? Yeah, go big on the burgers. Make your burgers rival even the best burger places. Get into that science of the burger, because that's in your very name. And then aside from that, I think a lot of what's the issue is the minimum wage kind of situation, um, and maybe to a certain extent, yeah, of course, cost of gas, cost of um, food, and like meat in particular. But it's all that stuff has probably driven the prices up. So a lot of fast food places are probably saying, "Hey, what gives? We had no choice." Well, it's just that when the customer has a choice of where to go if they want to go out to eat, they're going to probably go to a place that, again, everyone's looking for quick service. If they want quick, a lot of people want quick service. So, quick service, reasonable prices, great food that tastes good, that's healthy. And a lot of people just won't eat out. But a lot of people that do eat out, that's what they're looking for. And if fast food places aren't meeting some of those criteria anymore, then the fast food places are going to lose ground. Um, and so, with all that in mind, Burger King not only could you do better burgers, Burger King could uh, go big on the fresh vegetables, salads, and not overdo the salad, the unhealthy salad dressing. They could get into fruit, and they could get into other kinds of foods, maybe a little bit. Why not? That are pretty healthy. Hummus, you could just put in a cup, and you don't have to overcharge, and you don't have to make it super bland. You know, get some avocado in there, get some gourmet burgers, get some, um, I don't know, like there was, I don't know if it's a European king thing, but why not introduce more like medieval European fare? Real, like, I don't know, turkey leg or something. Actual like diner food. Have that diner food compete with your burgers that you yourself serve. Why not? Soups and stuff and stews. Uh, I guess turkey leg is quite European, but I guess I don't know. Is lamb leg too expensive for, or just I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if you guys want to do steak, but um, it might be an interesting thing to do to kind of diversify your menu a little bit at least. And you can still go big on potatoes if you want to, but um, you know, what about other places? Taco Bell and Taco Time. Okay, so here's one of the problems with fast food Mexican places. I mean, unless you really like stinky cheese and sour creamy stuff, I don't know if a lot of people. I think people. There's something very wrong with that whole element. I think in general with food. I don't know why people like that stuff. It's hard for me to, at least especially when it comes to fast food, cheese, and sour creamy stuff. It really isn't appetizing. I can understand the higher quality European cheeses. I can even understand nachos with cheese. I can understand, if it's like, even the Velveeta stuff. And I had Kraft singles that was basically vegetable oil. I know when I was younger, we just like cheese. Hey, and I've actually had real cheddar cheese when I was younger too. And so I know what cheese ought to taste like, and I never liked the sharper stuff. But I've had high quality European cheese that was sharper that tasted actually not bad. And just it's you need to eat cheese in small amounts, or you should. There's something very wrong with the American palate when it comes generally. It's the fast food American palate when it comes to a whole range of cheese and sour creamy stuff because it's again I've always felt like there's something wrong with it. Uh, I don't know, like it's by all means the French can make as much fun of Americans as possible. I am totally behind the Europeans when they make fun of American cheese. That's totally okay. That's totally fine. Of course, they're not talking about cheddar cheese. That's English. They're talking about the crappy cheese. Yeah, it's cheaper, but it's no. And particularly, I think it's an issue. The Kraft singles, we know that it's just kind of whatever. But I don't even know if they sell that stuff anymore. But I imagine they do. It's the other stuff. It's like really junky or I don't know. It just should not exist. It should not exist, period. And if you want to call food Mexican, so I've had real Mexican food many times, and real Mexican food involves uh, properly or well cooked beans, like whether it's refried beans or pinto beans or some kind of family recipe of beans. I know what beans ought to taste like, even like Mexican style beans with cumin and stuff. And I've had real beans. And yeah, I mean, like Taco Time serves black beans, and that's pretty cool. But uh, in terms of how appetizing the beans are, buy beans at a real Mexican restaurant. That's all I'm saying, right? And then like you look at as you guys know, the burrito and the taco and whatever else the gordita that you're gonna get at a fast food place do not resemble at all anything whatsoever like anything remotely like a real Mexican taco, a burrito, or whatever chimichanga. The Mexican food is far and away, hands down, vetted out, much, 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 much better. and like the Mexican food is going to have real natural ingredients, real corn, real avocado. Imagine that. Uh, what the meat they use is higher quality. Some at least somewhat, but it's like, and then they'll use cilantro and cumin and cayenne pepper a little bit, and and lime juice a little bit, and it just depends on what it is, and uh, pico de gallo and stuff. I don't, all that stuff. It just tastes amazing. It all tastes amazing. All every The only thing I don't like to eat in general would be the cheese, but a lot of places don't serve that much cheese, really, comparatively in Mexican restaurants. Um, it's for me, it's more about the beans and the main course, and some Mexican food I've had is just oh my gosh, wow. And yeah, the way that some places do steaks, it's just to die for. Like, and a little bit of black pepper, they cook it just right, sizzling right. Oh yeah, yeah. Seriously, way Mexican restaurants cook steaks, it's just perfect. It's perfect. It's awesome, awesome. But so yeah, Taco Bell, Taco Time. Uh, I'm not saying they're gonna. take a nosedive. I'm just saying they're going to follow the general trend of the fast food restaurants that people are just. I don't think people are going to be going to the restaurants as much. But people have been going to them. Still COVID-19 stuff and not going to nice restaurants because of COVID-19, whatever. And sit down restaurants. That's changing. We're going back to restaurants more and more now. The trend is nope. COVID-19's ending. It's done. You're going to go back to real life. And, the more that happens, yeah, I mean, you could see a lot of fast food restaurants just folding. And again, why? Because the customer service stinks. They're trying to get whoever they can, literally whoever they can. Everybody's hiring. They're all hiring. Nobody wants to do the work. Again, unless they're fill in the blanks. They're more expensive. They have to pay the people more. And more expensive than they used to be. It's just not worth it. The food's not worth it. It's too long of a wait. A lot of times they're gonna mess up your order anyway. So why go? The food has never been really healthy to begin with, so not healthy, and it's not really all that tasty. Again, McDonald's has a great formula. I think McDonald's, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending how you look at it, but they're going to stay in business for as long as. But they know what they're doing. A lot of other places don't. And it's time for Burger King to step up a bit more. Or Wendy's should be both Wendy's and Burger King and Five Guys and Sonic and all these other burger places, for instance, should, still try to punch out McDonald's, McDonald's isn't about their burgers. They're about their fries and nuggets and, marketing and stuff. And so they're able to stay cheap because they're selling cheap stuff. Chicken and potatoes are cheap. And it's very uniform across the board. KFC should have been okay because, again, they're selling chicken, not other stuff. But I don't know what happened with KFC. I honestly don't know. And, by the way, I've seen the KFC A&W combined restaurants. And I don't know. I think A&W is a great place. But the trend is just going to be continually into more healthy food and that tastes better and that is cheaper. You don't have to wait for a century for. And people get your order right. Why would it be any different than that? Who am I forgetting? Well, I'm sure, there are a lot of local places that will still be fine and good. It might grow a little bit, in fact. It might take over some of these places that have gone out of business. Now, Subway and all these sandwich places. But looking at Subway, man, Subway tried to do all this stuff where they were cutting costs by making their food less awesome. It kind of bit them in the butt. They were ahead of McDonald's, I think, or at least as far as the number of restaurants they had. Well, that's caught up with them. All that stuff is caught up with them. People want their foot long to be actually a foot long. They're paying, and yeah, I'm sure they're more expensive than they used to be. I haven't been to a Subway for the longest time. I haven't. They had their appeal, I suppose, but I think that their days are numbered. But I don't have a lot of vitriol toward Subway. I should have more vitriol to McDonald's, but again, McDonald's they just know what they're doing. They're really, really shrewd. The guys at the top of their company. I'm not saying they're Microsoft level shrewd. I'm just saying they're shrewd enough to really, still be the contender, the one to beat. But again, if any restaurant's gonna, and this is restaurants in general, restaurants need to keep stressing healthy food it's always more tasty, or just provides variety, very high quality, fresh ingredients, low cost as they can make it for the customer, and great customer service. What else am I not saying here? What else am I not saying here? Okay, so there are a lot of folks that can't afford, on average, nicer food. Even some folks can't afford diner cost of a diner food. But there's honestly, I don't think there's really much difference between the cost of diner food and fast food these days, unless you, I guess, yeah, I guess if you're just getting the dollar value menus or whatever, they're disappearing. They're like gone. So I mean, what a meal at McDonald's will probably run you $10, unless you're really getting super skimpy and everything. $10, and like for a family or for a more filling meal, it could easily go well over $10. Um, but like nuggets and fries and a drink, I think you're looking at around $10, or nuggets, burger, fries, and a drink, and maybe a little bit over that, depending on how much nuggets you get. That's still pretty good. That's why a lot of people are going to go to McDonald's. So there are these places that have still nice, dirt cheap food. They're gonna. So people watching this video are gonna say, "Ben, you're wrong. I mean, Jack in the Box is still gonna do great." Well, really? Jack in the Box has to contend with McDonald's. It's in terms of what they're doing. That they're not emphasizing burgers all the time, and Jack in the Box still has good burgers. But yeah, I mean, so they have a lot of folks in the United States that are still looking for the dirt cheap stuff that's filling, and they're going to go to McDonald's. You know, um, if it's a question of price more than anything else, they're going to go to McDonald's. So McDonald's is going to stay in business. And we say unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. I know that a lot of folks that don't, a lot of folks that make less money than me, put it that way. Sometimes in some cases quite a bit less. It's just they're going to be looking, a lot of their diets can be fast food or something like from a convenience store, and they're going to try to get whatever they can in terms of healthier foods, but just to be able to feed their family. And I mentioned stuff about food deserts before. It's just not going away, and the reign or supremacy of McDonald's and other similar places in a lot of inner cities is still very strong. And along with, trying to help everyone else in the United States with obesity issues, we got to help out the black community too in this regard somehow. I don't know. I personally think we need to just have farmers that, if they know they can't sell all their produce, just wheel that produce into inner cities. I'm not saying just give away for free, but maybe sell some of it, and then whatever is they're going to just throw away, they give away for free. And just have a lot more farmers be doing that. And say, well, it's transportation. It's like, a question of safety in some case. Well, you're going to mug a farmer, like, I don't know, it's a question of what kind of neighborhoods are they going to feel safer going into. Well, there's a lot of places that are inner city places that those people aren't going to get mugged, but maybe it might help to have like everything served from a truck, and maybe it might help to have some ammo in there and guns. I don't know. Or a police escort or something. I don't know. But, having a police escort in inner cities are kind of... So these are compounding some of the problems, and you know what I'm talking about. It's going to be like East St. Louis and Detroit. These kinds of places that are going to... Some people... But why would you want to hold up a little produce stand? What kind of serious money would they have? Some people are really desperate to find money wherever they can. To me, that would be like... Are you trying to shoot your community in the foot? You cannot survive on cheeseburgers, man. You might be able to do that when you're in your 20s, maybe 30s, but no, beyond that, no. Just no. So, you guys are idiots, You guys are hurting your own communities if you try to mess with people that are trying to give people really healthy food. Including even healthier animal protein. And healthier, beans and nuts and all other stuff. Okay. Leave me thoughts in the comments below. Catch you guys later. Take care. Bye.